Hello everybody, my name is Martin Senz and it's a pleasure for me to introduce you the VLB, the Research and Teaching Institute for Brewing in Berlin, as a potential research partner and service provider for the development of innovative processes. The VLB was founded 140 years ago from the brewing and malting industry. So there's a long tradition. The VLB is an independent members association with around 370 members, mostly companies. The aim of the registered association is to promote science and education in the brewing and beverage industry, and of course also in biotechnology. Thereby we receive no regular public funding. We have a long-term cooperation with the Technische Universität Berlin. And at the moment, we have around 135 employees. Today, the VLB is one of the nationally and internationally leading independent competence centers for the application-oriented research, training, and services for the brewing and beverage industry. Thereby, we work along the complete supply chain of beer and beverage production, starting from the raw materials to the fermentation processes, packaging, everything around quality assurance, and at the end also the logistics. The focus industry is still the brewing and beverage industry, but also their suppliers and the customers. We have additional offers for the producers of soft drinks and water, and also education analytical service for distillers. And we are relatively active in the R&D of applied biotechnology in different fields. So far away from food and beverages. As I said, we have a lot of members, and thereby they are distributed all over the world. So finally, we have national as well international breweries with names or known breweries. Of course, we also have named beverage industry partners as members. Of course, the malting and hop industry and the supply industry. The VLB itself has a good network, national as well from international side. So we have different memberships, different corporations, and we are members of different associations. And one of the network we are in is, of course, the BioPAT network regarding bioprocess analytical technology. And one of the institutes at the VLB that needs a lot of PAT, of course, is a Research Institute for Biotechnology and Water. That's why I would like to introduce it a little bit more in detail. And when we have a look at the organigram, I just want to mention here that we have at the moment 4 big research institutes at the VLB, starting by the Research Institute for Beer and Beverage Production, the Research Institute for Biotechnology and Water, the Research Institute for Raw Materials and Beverage Analysis, which is also the biggest institute, the Research Institute for Management and Beverage Logistics. And as said, I would like to introduce a little bit more in detail the Research Institute for Biotechnology and Water, which has 2 departments, Department of Bioprocess Engineering and Applied Microbiology, as well as the Department of Water Quality Management and Technology. So let's say the microbiological and the water department. And both departments are active along the, let's say, key activities of the VLB itself. So they do research and development in different projects. They provide service and analysis, and they are involved in the education of the VLB. To give a general profile of the Department of Water Quality Management and Technology, they are at the VLB the contact and also for the companies in the brewing and beverage industry in analytical, technological, and environmental issues when it comes to water quality, water management, everything around water and wastewater treatment, and of course also cleaning and disinfections. So the analytical laboratories of the department are accredited regarding the ISO 17025. And next to it, the analytical department is also an officially recognized drinking water testing agency. And when it comes to the service, but also to the research and development of the department, we have here some examples that covers really, let's say, the profile of the department. So on the one side, they are or everything around the evaluation of water and wastewater treatment concepts belongs to the department. The evaluation of the inhibiting effects of wastewater constituents on the biocenosis of biological wastewater treatment plants, for example. And last but not least, the evaluation of disinfection concepts with regard to the antimicrobial effectiveness, formation, and disinfection byproducts, and also the chemical corrosion influences. And as you can imagine, we talk here also about processes where process analytical technology and knowledge about the process can be really, really relevant, and where also, let's say, certain online analytic, for example, to monitor disinfection efficiency, etc., can be really relevant. The department Bioprocess Engineering and Applied Microbiology has many projects where the fermentation process itself is the focus. So that means that a lot of process optimization is part of the R&D. Thereby, they work with different fermentation modes, with batch mode, with a fat batch mode, but also continuous fermentations in milliliter small scale up to 50 liter. And thereby we work with different bacteria, especially food and beverage relevant bacteria like lactic acid bacteria, acetic acid bacteria, but also with different yeast, for example, as in the brewing process. And of course, the process analytical technology itself is often really relevant to get process knowledge. Thereby, we try often to really start or get information from single cell level to the dynamic of the population, and analyzers that we use, for example, in many projects are particle analyzers, but also flow cytometry, where we have different possibilities to get, let's say, a lot of knowledge about viability of the different cells that we use. Also the production and characterization of dry preparation, so the downstream process, is something relevant in the department. So we work a lot with freeze drying, also with vacuum drying, do stability studies with these preparations that can be, for example, starter cultures. And also the functional characteristics are often relevant. And especially in the last, let's say, 10-12 years, the whole field of beverage development when it comes to, let's say, alternative fermented beverages is something that is really relevant in the department, where also PAT is really relevant because of the fact that for many processes and production processes, there is no good manufacturing practice at the moment. So that really means that we do research where we try to, let's say, to transfer complex process, often traditional process, into industrial ones, and where questions like what kind of analytical methods can be used to control the process, a complex process that is often that are often processes of mixed and co-culture fermentations, whereby we use defined cultures often and do, let's say, transfer this process by containing the quality assurance of the production process. And thereby we also are involved in the development of defined and complex starter cultures. And in the background we have a big strain collection of 1,600 yeast, 600 bacteria that are food and beverage related that can be used for these developments. And what we also provide are different microbiological surveys and analyses, starting by the, let's say, pure yeast culture that we sell for example, for breweries, but also for other beverage producers. We also produce microculture media for the quality assurance and quality management of different companies. In general, we produce starter cultures, as I said, do different microanalyses, also, let's say, the species identification via PCR, via MALDI-TOF, etc. And we also provide different microbiological trainings if needed by the customers. And in general, I would say the VLB itself is really flexible when it comes to cooperation. So all institutes, I would say, can provide service and analysis in general. We can act as partner for subcontracted research and development. We can evaluate different technologies for customers, for example, create white papers, but also we can act as a research and development cooperation partner in funded research projects, for example. They can be bilateral, or we have bigger consortia where we do different researches, mostly in the field of beverage development, but of course we are also in other fields active. So that means if you're looking for a competent industry-related partner who can support you in microbiological and chemical analysis and maybe process engineering issues related to the process development, or if you need, if you have interesting technologies that could be used for innovative research approaches in fermentation and beverage development, and you still need an experienced research partner to implement a bilateral or a bigger collaborative project, then please feel free to contact us. So even me or my colleague, Dr. Martin Hagelberg, who is head of the Research Institute for Biotechnology and Water. So we are looking forward. Thank you.